basically.
Amazing. So, for those of you who are at home, this is a level we haven't shown anything from just yet. So we're loading in here at the very beginning of the level. So, Jurassic Park. For anyone who has questions, I'm going to be keeping a little bit closer of an eye on the chat from now on, because naturally we're going to be playing the game. Adam and I are going to be chatting about what's going on as well. But if you do have any questions as we go, please let me know. I will try to catch them. There are, a couple thousand of you talking at the same time, but I'll do my best. So, should we crack on?
Yeah, so we are at the start of the level, clearly, as you can see. Yes. John is giving us a briefing. He's trying to get us up to speed on what he wants us to do. So this is in sequence, this is the first kind of Chaos Theory level, obviously in sort of order of the films. And this has got a certain amount of tutorial elements as well. The main sort of tutorial was within the campaign, so on November 9th. When you play it, do have a look at the campaign.
Can we just get that date one more time?
Tuesday, November 9th, 2021.
Okay.
I did put the year, because it might have been next year
2021.
As well.
I think, if we could get in chat, if you could all write November 9th, just so that we know that you've got it.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. But we'll continue with the game.
Yeah, so, in the campaign, it's kind of a bit more of the full-on tutorial, but we also tried to sort of lead the player a little bit into the early parts of the Chaos Theory as well. So there's quite a bit of talking at the beginning here. We've got a new character for Jurassic World Evolution 2, Lily Halford. She's going to be helping you through this as well. A couple of objectives we need to do. First of all, the classic and iconic visitor centre needs to go down, and we also need a science centre ready for our research and all those other good stuff that we can get done. So let's put the visitor down at first. We've also got some areas defined to kind of guide the player into a good layout.
Just for the initial, when you're starting up with playing, you can jump straight in. So why not have a little bit of help?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
While that's building, let's get the science centre down as well.
A lot of love to everybody watching, because I'm just watching my chat reel with November 9th over and over again.
Actually, let's turn it that way.
That's fantastic. You definitely got it down. And you know when the game's going to come out and when you can pre-order for. So we've placed down the visitor centre and the science centre.
Yep, they're both under construction. But we've got this little sign here. It's not connected to a path. Every building, well, not every building actually. Most buildings need to be connected to the main path network system, which normally which will run from your arrival point. So you have to have an arrival point, and then instead of all paths lead to Rome, all paths lead to arrival centres.
All paths lead to the arrival centre.
There you go. Thank you very much. I bet you never thought you'd be on a stream where that quote got put in. I shoehorned that in, didn't I? Right, let's get to the paths.
I've done streams with you before.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true. Right, so unlike what we did to Rich on the last one, I don't want people marking my park layout on this.
Okay.
So
well, we're not
if
we can just be
nice to me, please, because also I'm not used to pads. I normally play mouse keyboard.
That makes sense,
because of working on
the development. For those of you asking in the chat, we are playing on an Xbox Series X today. So we've got that set up in the studio here. Especially, we wanted to show you a little bit of gameplay on one of the consoles. We just kind of flipped a coin, and we've got an Xbox Series X. So hence, that's why you can see the button prompts and why we're playing on a gamepad.
Let's connect the other side up as well.
And for those asking which Chaos Theory level we're playing, this is Jurassic Park.
Set in the incredible tropical environment, as you can see here.
Yes. So Ethan Bates saying, I need me an Xbox Series X.
I'm assuming it is my console of choice this generation round. All other consoles are available and are as good.
I have them all.
But I am an Xbox guy.
I go for all
this time.
I use all of them consistently.
I would have a PlayStation. Right. What else have we got to do? I need to research the following building, the hatchery.
Let's go for a hatchery.
Where life found its way.
Life did find a way at the hatchery.
So we go to the
Technically,
research
that's
screen.
true. That's true. Technically, that's true.
We look at infrastructure, and we have the. No, it's not under there, is it?
Hatchery would be over there,
no,
right?
Dinosaur creation, and it's that one there.
When I said over there, I didn't point. I just
no, you didn't.
thought about it and hoped you'd understand.
Yeah. Very clever. Well done.
We're that close.
And what you're seeing here as well, it's surrounded by the green elements of that's because it's a pinned item.
Yes.
In the tech tree, you can pin things, and it will tell you when you're back in the main area of the game what you need to achieve that. So you can kind of when you're playing a challenge or something like that, and you've got a long-term goal in mind, you can pin the thing you want to research and then know sort of what you're working towards. Right, I need to assign my scientists to this research task.
Who are we going to pick for this?
So we can see the skill level we need at the bottom right. I don't know this person's first name, Brazier. It's very weird. My next door neighbours growing up were Braziers, spelt exactly the same.
I think this is
the only two times I've ever known that surname in this world, or in my life. So that's freaky.
There they are.
Colin and Ashley, there you are.
We can always
so that task is now.
You can always check the bio out if you want to check for more information. See if they did grow up
next to you.
I've got a
park to build. I can't be worrying about people's bios.
I don't know. It would be nice to say hi and catch up. It's up to you.
So you can see now, bottom right-hand corner, we've got that pinned node. It's counting up the research, and we've also got the task at the top as well, which is counting down. For
Fantastic.
Showing that as well.
Just to answer another question I saw in the chat. I didn't catch who asked, but Jurassic World Evolution 2 will be available to play on an Xbox One or a PS4 as well. But we are simply showing you on an Xbox Series X today.
All available on November 9th.
It is November 9th. The chat's got that one down.
Right, okay.
I had hundreds of messages saying November 9th, so we definitely got that one down.
Excuse me. So we've now unlocked our hatchery. The UI is flashing at us, telling us it's under the enclosures section, and we can see now available our Jurassic Park era hatchery. And again, we're giving the player a little not a suggestion, an objective to place it within this blue zone here. So pop it in there. Then it, of course, attaches itself to the fence, so that we have a nice. I can't say watertight anymore because we actually have marine reptiles. So we have a fence-tight enclosure. Again, we need to make sure it's connected to the path, so we'll do that while it's finishing its construction.
Where will that path lead to?
Rome and or the arrival centre, depending on if you're a Roman
Good to know.
path road builder. I don't know what their names are. Fun fact, I lived on a Roman road in my home village.
On a Roman road?
Yep. There you go.
There you have it.
An old Roman road.
There it is.
There you go. I don't know what else to say. Let's talk about the help screens for a second.
We can talk about the help screens for a
various
second.
points we show up these help screens, again, just to give the player a little extra information about what we're about to do. So here we're going to be talking about synthesizing eggs and then incubating those eggs. The new two-stage process in creating dinosaurs and reptiles in the game.
I think one of my favourite parts is that you can do multiple at once when you do the synthesis and then the releases.
Yes, so now we have egg clutches. So you synthesize, and then based on various variables, how much genome information you've got, any traits that you're going to add to those eggs, you can increase the viability of eggs and how many they're going to come, down to species size as well. Smaller dinos may have bigger clutches because that tends to be what nature does. T-Rex, you probably don't get more, you probably don't release 10 of them at once.
I mean, then you're not going to have a great time, I think.
And of course you can release them through airlift now as well, not just out into that enclosure. So you can just have one hatchery, but loads of enclosures around and just transport them around
several locations.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is hugely helpful for being able to actually manage your park.
Yeah, it helps economy. You're not having to. These aren't cheap. They're very expensive buildings. So it helps you if you're balancing those numbers for the bean counters at the top carefully. Then you may want to be a bit more economical with your money. I've got 20 million, so I'm just I'm buying everyone Ferrari. I'm not buying Ferraris. Right.
You're not buying Ferraris. This money is for building a dinosaur park, ads. And
no less than a Velociraptor as well. That synergy of this. Right, let's get the raptors going. So let's. Oh no! What I was doing was connected the path, but I did that because I was talking about Rome.
Yeah.
So now let's.
So we finished talking about Rome, and now we're going to look at making velociraptors.
So we've got an okay amount of genome information here. We've got 55%. That's enough normally to synthesize. We're going to go with Brazier again, just because of that weird thing. I can also add.
Can you
more scientists?
Just click in the right stick.
Yeah.
Let's check it. Let's check. So,
career-minded Arush has been promoted twice since joining the team.
Okay.
Arush studied at Cambridge, classic, completing a PhD in sedimentary geology.
Okay.
Arush began working a few months ago, having previously been a lecturer.
Does that sound like your neighbour?
No,
okay.
not at all. I think they drive lorries now,
cool.
so
well,
it's quite different.
I mean,
I don't think they cared about geology.
Maybe not, but now we know.
No.
I mean, I think everybody likes geology. After all, geology rocks.
Hey. It keeps me very grounded.
Yeah. It's down to
right. So
play.
I can add more than certain tasks. This is certain tasks have the ability to apply more than one scientist.
Yes.
And if you add more scientists, overall the time to complete that task will come down. But you also have traits that each scientist can have. For example, here we've got faster incubation, which will give me another bonus. So it's good to try and have a good breadth of scientists on board and employed, and then also make sure that they're utilised properly when you're doing your task. So we're going to try and do some incubation here, so I'm going to do that. I've also got a faster synthesis. Brazier, Arush can do faster synthesis, so I'm going to add them in. And you can see the excess skill is giving me a 41% decrease on time. So this is actually going to whip through real quick now.
Cool, well let's do it. Let's get those velociraptors.
Of course, you need to balance it. I'm adding more workload to more people, so I need to make sure I've got a staff centre so I can look after my staff, give them a rest when needed, maybe train them when I need them as well. So, you know, you've got to balance it and make sure it's okay. So we're synthesising the first batch. But it failed.
It failed?
Failed.
Okay, let's try again.
Okay.
I guess we'll try again.
No, it's expected. This is part of it.
Let's try again.
What you may be hearing, I think, is that Dr. Wu is now introducing research into other technologies that you can have. So increasing the success rate of incubation, for example.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll discard those eggs. But now I need to research improved synthesis. So that helps the technology in the lab in the hatchery to hopefully do that better. So
let's do it. Let's head over, get some research running.
We are now looking at
it's going to be in there, right?
Creation.
He said again without pointing or giving any indication of
again,
what
we've
is
already
being
pinned
referred.
it, so the game, you will be able to pin your own things that you want to, your own item that you want to see, but we as developers can choose when we want to pin things as well. So let's assign our scientists here.
I think we can give Brazier a little bit of a rest.
I think so. We can see, the bar's building up a little bit. That we have used them a couple of times now.
There,
so we'll just we'll use another couple of people down here. But I'm also here I can only add 2 scientists. So different tasks have different slot sizes. But I'll still apply 2 just so we get through that a little bit quicker. Yeah, exactly.
We're going to get our velociraptors out there.
We will get. Oh yeah. I'm confident. It's almost like I know what is coming next in the objectives.
Well, I don't want to say that you've done this before, so I won't.
Right, so how far? We're about just over halfway through now. We've already got an enclosure built, as we said before. All the fences are ready to go.
We had a question over in YouTube asking, can the velociraptors climb fences? So,
yes, they can. If it isn't powered, so if it's not an electric fence, they will, and they're uncomfortable, they'll try to break out. But why would you want them to?
You don't want them to.
That's not, that's not
very
not a very well managed park.
That means that you've done something wrong in your park management if your dinosaurs feel the need to escape.
No. So another set of help screens there, just going through that synthesis process again. Now we've got the improved and a bit more better technology. Let's give it another try, shall we? So velociraptors. I am going to use Brazier.
Okay.
Just because I want. But I'm not going to do the incubation. We'll save
It's the right
Birdo for the
next job after all.
For the next section. because he's incubation. We're not doing that stage yet. We're doing the synthesis.
So we'll go ahead with the synthesis, and we'll see if we do a little bit better this time.
I reckon we will. Let's watch it. So we've got 10. You can see when you select the hatchery again, all in real time, you can see how long you've got to wait for the various stages. We're synthesizing the eggs at this point.
Yeah.
It now completes. They're now ready for incubation. It was viable this time, so that was good.
Well, that's a relief.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially because if that hadn't happened, I would be worrying about why it hadn't happened, because it should have happened.
I mean, it did happen.
We have 3 viable eggs out of a batch of 6.
Okay.
So we tried to synthesize 6. Fortunately, only 3 made the next process. So we go to select the eggs. We can select the 3.
Perfect.
So
there's a few
we can see we've got
there.
some traits building up here as well. Again, all certain research tasks and things can open up more traits for
a little bit
your
more
various species.
Genetic manipulation.
So
there.
let's use Birdo for this time, because
Birdo can do the job well here. Have we got another?
And I'm going to add
How many
O'Neill.
more can we add? I was going to say maybe O'Neill's been not been utilised as much.
Let's do Childs, because then we're getting it down to a minute for incubation, which
that's pretty good.
Flash by.
We'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Oh, look at this! So we've got a backup generator here. That's our only source of power in the park. And as I think Jim was saying before, you do have to keep an eye on these. So you can see this icon's appeared, which means the fuel, because the backup generator is not.
It's not meant to be what you run your entire park on.
I need to keep on top of it. It's telling me that it's about to run out. So we'll select it. Again, some more help screens just to tell the players about this new mechanic in the game, and we'll resupply it. And
Brilliant.
I'm going to be bullish, and I'm going to fill it all up.
Oh, bold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've still got 18 mil. We're fine, he says.
Just a cool, casual...
Scratch record. 20 minutes in the future, I've run out of money, and I'm trying to
figure
out how
to...
Right. So we're about 3/4 of the way through that incubation, I think. Let's have a quick look at it. Yeah, only 10 seconds to go, so we'll wait for this to open up. And then we'll show you the multiple release.
Yep, let's do it.
At once.
So we're going to have 3 Velociraptors.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep.
What do you reckon while we're waiting? I guess we could think of names for our new Velociraptors.
Jeff.
Jesse.
Jesse.
Jens.
Jens. There we go. The 3 J's.
We get 3 J's. That's what we're going to go for here. Jeff, Jesse, and Jens.
So we've got our 3. We've got Jess. Oh, I've lost it already. I just said the name.
Jeff.
Jesse, and Jens.
Jens. Although Jens, Jeff, Jesse, Jens.
There you go.
There you go.
We've got those 3 ready to come out.
Fantastic.
As I said before, we could release it through airlift, but we don't want to. We're going to release them out into this enclosure.
We'll release them straight out into the enclosure here. So here they come. The J team, as Commander Keevil has said in YouTube. Oh, I'm going to say that's Jens, who's just like bolted out of the gate.
So it's little colour moments like that where they're sort of looking at each other. I
check each other before they rush off, except for Jens, who just ran for it.
You can see we've unlocked an achievement as well. I hope that wasn't a surprise, but there we go.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's working. There's an achievement. There
Absolutely.
we go.
As we mentioned, we grabbed an Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
We popped the game on there, so we're playing this especially for you guys today on the stream.
It always fascinates me, the claw as well, that middle claw, how extended up it is. It's quite ferocious. But there we go. So that's our new Raptors. Of course,
Brilliant.
They do have needs. They're building up their territory now, so that's the territory they're building up.
So I don't know
they're
if
searching out for the things that they want in this area.
Have seen any of our other streams where I say how this is actually one of my favorite additions. Like I love the territory system, the way that they do build it out. I remember when going through the game with yourself and Rich, I was talking about how I wanted to just quickly build out what I thought they would need, where I thought they'd need it, and the dinosaurs, they decide what they want to do. Yeah. They didn't go exactly where I wanted. I had to rebuild, but it adds an interesting challenge. It was really, really fun to watch.
I'm now in. I've got to get these objectives done quickly because otherwise the Raptors will get unhappy and try and break out. I don't want that to be on my hands on live streams. That's
Live
why I suddenly
stream.
went quiet and was like, right, I've actually got to make sure I'm okay here.
Adam is focusing.
So I've just built a
Raptor
response
escapes.
facility which will get me my ACU team,
Imagine,
so my Rangers
imagine
and
if
my
a Raptor escaped after you said how it would be that you're a
yeah,
bad
I
park
know.
manager
Now
if a
you're
Raptor
trying to put me
escaped.
off. I get it. I get it. Right. So we've got the response team. We need to put down the new ranger post. So this is the object you place within an enclosure, or I mean, you could put it outside the enclosure if you want to, but for more efficiency, you put it inside because the area you can see highlighted here.
Yeah.
Rangers, when you assign it to this post, they will scan any dinosaurs within that range, even if they're in a different enclosure, as long as they can
really
access
nice trick
it.
you can do to stay efficient with
yeah.
your ranger posts. Is
as long as they can access that other enclosure,
yeah.
they'll try to do it. So we place that down in the middle. You can see this is telling me that I've got no team assigned to it, and I probably should do something about that.
We can do something about that.
And I will. I'm going to open up. I'm not going to direct control.
Ranger team 2.
Add the task, highlight that, assign it.
And
now what they'll do,
they're going to have a little check-in on the Velociraptors.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to drive in through the gate on the left-hand side.
Brilliant. You've got to make sure
the Raptors are already pretty happy with their enclosure at this point. I do need to give them a live feeder, but we'll watch before we do that. Let's watch the Rangers go in.
For those who are just joining and asking what is it that we're currently playing, we are, of course, on Jurassic World Evolution 2, but we are playing Chaos Theory, and we're on the Jurassic Park level. So we're currently just a couple of objectives in on the Jurassic Park level. We're going to keep playing this for a little while we've got time on stream, and just talk
while
through
I
what
haven't mucked it up, while I haven't lost control of my park.
We've still got Velociraptors not having escaped just yet, but we'll see. There's still time for Jesse, Jeff, and Jens to make their way out of the park over the fence, and then Adam will
sounds like you're doing a horse race commentary, and that was really good.
Yeah, thanks. That was kind of what I was going for, so I appreciate that.
It was really good. As we were looking before, I can select a dinosaur, go to the Comfort tab, and have a look at what they need and what problems they've currently got. So there's no access to any water in here.
Slight water problem.
Water is life, and there's no prey. So what we can do is from this tab, we can open up the landscaping tools, which also now include the feeders as well. So paleobotany within the tree brush area.
Yeah.
If I go back up to there, so in the nature thing, you have your forests and paleo brushes. Then you have water. So let's drop some water down here. Let's not make it too big. The territory stays on screen as well, so you can be very efficient and quick with where you place things in your enclosure. You're not guessing, oh, where is the raptor territory?
Go. You can see what the territory is.
They will try to seek it out if they can't find it and expand, and perhaps over time their territory will change shape and move to where the water would be in this case.
So just a note for those at home, there were 1 or 2 questions. Again, there's too many to be able to see exactly who asked, but you can speed up time and you can slow back down. You'll be able to see, if you check in the bottom right corner, if we flip the camera off for a moment, you'll be able to see just underneath the objective boxes, you've got your very familiar play and fast forwards icons there and pause. So you use those to be able to speed up time if you need to. If you're waiting for a piece of research, for example, and you don't have anything else that you need to get done in the meantime, you can always just fast forward if you want to. So that's, of course, an option available to you there.
So I was putting down carnivore feeders and then worrying about why the objective wasn't completed. Because I was putting the wrong ones down. The raptors will eat from these feeders, as you can, as aptly demonstrated by Jeff.
I mean, we didn't choose which one was which, but we'll say Jeff, and there's Jesse has come to join.
Yeah.
Jens
is out in the forest. Oh no, here he comes. Here he comes.
Okay.
It's a banquet for 3. A jumbo banquet.
Jumbo banquet for 3.
And you see here, there's sometimes a bit of contention around feeders as well. So perhaps some of the raptors will have a little snap at each other.
Yeah.
So they can feed from that, and that'll stay healthy and fine. But they ultimately want to hunt as well. That's why they desire a live bait feeder. So that's like why somewhere over in the distance, I think, is a little
bit of an enrichment
little George
for them
the goat
in a way. George the goat.
Yeah. So
shout out to Georges.
When they want to, they'll go and hunt him.
You may be the greatest of...
Social interactions going on over there. We just missed it.
Oh, it's okay. We'll get it next time.
Yeah. Well, November 9th, you'll be able to experience yourself.
You'll be able to check it out. That's correct.
Right. They're happy. We've made sure they're enclosures. They've got all the things they need in there. But now we need to make sure that the guests, when we finally open the park, can view them as well. So under the attractions section, we have the viewing gallery. We've got the viewing cone, so you can see that.
Yes, absolutely.
Because there's no point in just putting a viewing gallery that doesn't actually encapsulate the dinosaurs.
I mean, if you put a gallery in front of a wall, they're going to see a wall.
They're going to see a wall.
But now they're going to see some wonderful
2-star ratings on
the
TripAdvisor.
Wonderful pack of velociraptors of Jeff, Jesse, and Jens, who, according to Adam, have got a pretty good rating on TripAdvisor. So
they will do now because you can see them.
Oh, was it like a 1-star, can't see dinosaurs, terrible?
Yeah.
And now it's going to be 5 stars.
I wonder how many
Jess and Jeffy and Jens roaming, not sharing food. Jesse doesn't share food after all.
How many? Yeah, Joey.
Doesn't
that was the joke.
Food. It was a reference.
Really good. Yeah, well done.
Thanks.
Well done.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So yes, we now have that objectives. Sometimes these viewing gallery objectives, you'll see that the bar clicks up incrementally. It's because it's sometimes the dinosaurs will move in and out of the view cone. So sometimes I've found it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, what? I'm waiting for one, and then they'll drift in, and then
suddenly they're right there. They go. So there's a ton of messages coming in. I can see 1 or 2 friendly faces, like Miriam over in a Twitch chat, and Aramis, and they're all just saying, "Game looks great. They're really excited to play it." It's really cool.
What the team have achieved is mind blowing. It really is. I've been making games for a long time now, but it never. The magic of how this actually works it never falters. Like I completely agree.
I mean, that's
crazy.
One of the incredible things when you work with your dev teams.
Yeah.
And you see all of this stuff come together. Like I spend a lot of time talking with all these different people and seeing what they're doing and like sharing any kind of feedback I can find and seeing what we can do together. It's fantastic.
So I'm about to place down one of the new buildings for Jurassic World Evolution 2 that opens up access to one of the new park teams, which is the Paleo Medical Facility building, which opens up the MVU, the Mobile Veterinary Unit. So now what you do is with your rangers, you go and find out with the scan if they're happy and what's wrong, if there is anything wrong. Hopefully not, because you're all brilliant park managers, I'm sure.
Nothing will go wrong.
But if there are any ailments or illnesses or injuries, then this is where the medical facility comes into play. This team will then go out and actually perform a more detailed scan. Some illnesses and diseases they can treat out in the field. Some of them will need to be brought back to the building itself for treatment, such as broken bones or kind of major injuries.
Yeah,
that's a case of tranquilizing.
Generally, is a problem.
Yeah, I mean you don't. Yeah. I don't fix that at home. I go to A&E.
Do you not?
No. Never had a broken bone.
Oh, no, never have I.
Fact number 2 of Adam today.
No,
I've never had a broken bone.
No. I've definitely had the potential, but I've managed to avoid it.
We've always had potential because we've probably all ridden bikes at 5 years old for the first time.
That's true. That's true.
Right, let's connect this to the path.
Here's the exclusive. Tim and Adam have the potential to break their bones when they do dangerous
Because
activities.
we have bones, we have the potential to break bones. Expedition help screen, so we're talking about the same, similar mechanics to Jurassic World Evolution, where you can send expedition teams out to dig sites across the world once you've researched and found them.
Yeah.
Bringing amber and other fossils back to extract the DNA to then turn into a living, breathing dinosaur or marine or flying reptile. And sometimes you might find a little treasure in there as well, which you can sell for some money as well. So we've got our new Paleo Medical Facility with the rather lovely MVU, all dressed up in its Jurassic Park theme.
Brilliant.
Again, I can, with the ranger team, sorry, I've still got the path there. When I select the MVU, I can control it myself, or I can just add tasks and let the team get on with it. So let's build the Expedition Centre. That's our next objective in operations. You'll notice that I'm building all kind of in this area because of the backup generator. I'm trying to save money just in case in the future I need some reserves in case anything goes wrong.
I mean, it's always good to have some reserves just in case something goes wrong.
Absolutely.
Like
save for a rainy day.
Yeah.
Because it could be rainy here.
Could be rainy here. Yeah.
So I'm building within the area that the backup generator can power, rather than building far out and then having to place another generator down.
That makes sense. Use the resources
again,
that you've currently got.
my part placement is probably absolutely destroying some people, because I've seen the creation that the community can do.
Yes, that they can do is pretty incredible.
Absolutely incredible.
I'm going to give you a solid 5 out of 7 rating.
Why 7? Where did the 7 come from?
I don't have time to go into why.
Oh, okay. I want to though. I like it. But 5 out of 7's good. Like if I'm looking at percentages.
I mean, it's a perfect score.
Yeah.
So we continue.
I feel like the chat at home out there, they've lost all my jokes and I've lost this one.
Yeah, that's okay.
Right. Expedition team's now online.
Brilliant.
And what we need to do is increase the genome information we have of our Triceratops from 26% up to 50. When we hit 50, we can start trying to synthesize eggs and incubate. So we open up the expedition map, and then we have our various dig sites around the world. As fortune would have it, I have highlighted the one that has got some Triceratops information there.
Perfect.
So let's assign our staff. You can see we're getting some pretty tired staff now, so I do need to be careful of that. I want to look for building a staff centre at some point.
We could do that in a minute. I think this is a pretty good job for O'Neill, who is a bit more sprightly, perhaps.
Yes, and also O'Neill has faster expeditions.
I had noticed.
You had noticed? Well done.
Thanks.
Well done. I'm also going to send out Brazier again, though.
Okay.
Because I want to. I also want to decrease the time.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So Birdo's going as well.
We'll send Birdo. We'll send O'Neill. We'll send the whole crew, except for Childs.
Yeah.
And
there we go.
We'll
there's the team going.
Yep.
While that's happening, we know we're going to want some guest buildings.
We are.
So I'm probably going to...
I can see a question in one of my
pop a few guest buildings down this main kind of avenue.
Who is Lily Halford?
Lily Halford is a new original character that we have created for Jurassic World Evolution 2, and she'll appear in various
spaces.
Chaos Theory levels, if I remember rightly. Kind of acting a little bit like our Cabot Finch, who also returns. I know he's a firm fan favourite, and I can see why, because he's got some fantastic jokes. I do appreciate the puns. Yeah, so she's a character that will guide you through, sort of, talk to you when there are new objectives, new things to think about, and sort of guide the player through.
Great. So that one was for Nano asking the question.
So let's put some amenity buildings down. You'll see here that I've got the power sign above these ones.
Yes.
Because I've got no power down here. I'll deal with that in a second. I can also select which one to place. So it's kind of like an amenity building, which is either a restaurant, a drink shop, or a gift shop. So we'll put food. I always go for good old standard one of each to begin with. So I'll put another small one next to it because I like that main street feel. I'll make that a drinks one.
Okay, we could do. I mean, I might have a drink as well. I've got a bit of water left.
Well done. I'm making you thirsty with the thought of a macchiato or something.
A macchiato?
I don't know. I should have just said water because that's what you drank.
I mean, I had water.
Right, so that's my 3 down there. Let's have a look at what else we've got. We've got restrooms. We always need to go for a wee, so we'll pop one down on this
especially
side as
after you drink too many macchiatos.
Yeah. That is a coffee, isn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't made it up, okay.
I mean, we could go further, but yeah.
I'm not going to power them at the moment, just because the generator will be sitting there burning fuel. I'm going to wait until I get a bit closer to wanting to open it, so we'll leave that for a second.
We can leave that as is for now.
But very quickly, while we're waiting, I think my dig site have come back, haven't they? Yeah, so we'll ignore that. I was going to show you the customization that's coming in Jurassic World Evolution 2, but maybe you'll have to play that on November 9th yourself. So we've now got fossils, which we can extract the DNA from our science centre. Here we do the research as well, so that's a button to take us to the research screen, which we saw earlier, but we also have our view fossil screen, so we can see what our team have returned. Now we've got amber here, which obviously will be most, rich in DNA, and then we have a few fossils as well, which we can extract as well, and we've got some treasure found.
You could probably buy a Ferrari if you get a few more of these.
Yeah, I'd need a few more of those
Yeah.
for the one I'd want. Now extraction in Jurassic World Evolution 2, you can extract more than one at one time, if that makes sense. So you can see I've got my extraction slots in the bottom right-hand side.
Yes.
This amber takes up 5 slots because it's obviously very big and rich in the DNA, but I can still add on more. So I'm gonna do the amber, but I'm also going to extract.
We've got one more slot left. We can actually add in that. And
I think
those minerals.
Yes, because the number top left is telling you how many slots the thing will take. So we'll do that. I'll assign the scientists. We've got a faster extraction trait here, so clearly I'm going to use Childs.
We can send Childs.
And then I'm going to do O'Neill.
I think we need to build that staff centre pretty soon.
Yeah, so we'll leave that.
Okay, we'll get them to do the job.
As those two, because
we can maybe build a staff centre in the meantime.
Let's have a look at what the research is for the staff centre.
Oh, that's true.
So if I go operations, we can see the staff centre here. It'll open up the tech tree where it is, highlighted at the bottom here.
Yep, I see it there.
I can research it, so let's do it now. There we go. We'll put Brazier on it again. And now we've got 2 research tasks in progress, which you can see bottom right-hand corner. There's the 2 tasks. One is got a slightly different icon because that's the extraction, and the other one is the research icon, which we use. While that's happening, let's have a quick look at the customization of these amenity buildings.
Yeah, let's do it.
So when I select one,
just lovely comments, Straw Hat Pro saying these added management gameplay elements making them so happy.
Brilliant.
That's fantastic.
I suppose that was also part of the anxiety of, we listen to what we want to do, we listen to what the community say, and we hope that it all.
We find how can we take the best of both worlds and what we think everyone's going to enjoy and what you've said you'd like to see and what's possible to do. And it's always great when people say, "Oh, I love that." Exactly. So I can't wait to play that.
So as you can just see, then I can cycle through various kind of big geometry changes of these amenity buildings, but I can also change the signage just if I want to change different, have a different look,
Dinosaur
and the ground decorations.
Dinosaur adoption.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so cute.
Adopt a dinosaur.
Look at it. It's cute. Anyway, we can carry on.
Let's put the fossils out. I always like the fossils. Yeah. And not only can I change the geometry, I can also change the colours as well. So we have a full, we have swatches that you can, if you just want to quickly spruce up your amenity, then you can do that. But you can also have a full colour palette of all the colours under the rainbow, including the lights as well.
Absolutely.
So we'll leave that. And I think our 2 tasks have now completed.
Synthesize, incubate, and release would be the next step.
That's it. So we go to our... Now, I'm not going to release these with the raptors, though.
You don't want to?
Nope.
No?
But I'll show off the airlift, because what I will do is I'm going to build another enclosure.
I think they could be great friends.
I think that way chaos lies.
Oh, okay.
And I want to try and keep this stream as much as I've tried to derail it. Now listen to the chat go mad with this enclosure layout.
All right.
I'm going to use one of the existing walls of the other.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm connected.
Yeah, you're good. You good. You made it. You made it.
So that's our new enclosure. I'm going to. I always forget to add a gate. Let's not forget to add a gate because we want our rangers in there. I am going to just clear the area of trees for a second because I like to start with like a blank canvas in an enclosure, put them in, and then build it up around them.
Wipe the slate clean.
Yeah.
Start it how you want.
That's what
Start it fresh, ready for your new. What are we on? The Triceratops.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think one of their needs is forest. But so I will be
we can add the
adding
forest
it back in.
That's okay.
But I'm just gonna.
We've got plenty of cash to splash around, right?
I've still got 15 mil.
A cool 15 mil.
That's going down.
That's a lot of macchiatos right there.
Lots of macchiatos.
A lot of macchiatos. I'm going to get you a macchiato on a 9th.
Right, now I've got an enclosure semi-ready, at least to contain them. Let's get the...
Got the gate ready as well. We can do that airlift.
Landscape. Still There we go. Right, empty hatchery bay. We now have our Triceratops DNA. We've got a couple of really on the edge staff members here. I'm going to risk it.
On the edge.
Okay, I'm going to risk it.
All right.
I'm going to put Brazier in one more time.
Here's Adam.
One more time into the fold.
Also, Adam, let's make some chaos.
But yeah, keep it steady. Break it all down.
Yeah.
Let's get that staff building down. Staff center.
Let's do that.
Let's see if we can.
You're gonna have to turn it around the other way, right? Maybe.
What? Because the part, yeah, I suppose.
Makes the path easier.
I could put it this
I mean, you
side.
can't build them a staff center and then they just can't get in.
I mean, if they want that lie down, they're going to figure out a way to get in.
Can you imagine if all of the things is like we've got this wonderful stuff for you?
You turn
everyone,
up to a hotel. Can I have
but
a room
you have
for the
got to do a Ninja Warrior course to get to your room, of course.
Yeah, yeah. Right. On the building, I didn't talk about this before when I was connecting paths, but a building that does need a path connection, you will see those red lines. That's telling you that's where the connection starts, and it's red because it's not connected. Okay. So then as soon as I do connect it,
it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. There you go.
Perfect.
Away we go. So that's now building up. Lovely. And I'm going to get some rest going on once that's finished. There we go. View scientist. This also opens up the ability to hire more scientists as well. So it increases my pool that I can hire and then choose from.
Let's get Brazier a rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna rest them all.
Your old neighbour's disgruntled.
I'm gonna rest O'Neill too, but I'm gonna hire a couple more in so that I can still carry on with a few things as I need to. We've got
what do we need? What are we looking for here?
I tend to look for a bit of a spread. So, for example, Matthew Bell at the end here, Janet, she's very good because she's got a good 3, 2, and 2. Gonna go
for Janet.
Her on, and we'll take one more. I'm gonna go with
454. Eric.
Eric, where was Eric?
Eric's 3 to the left. No, to the right.
Take Eric as well.
There we go.
So now we've got quite a few staff. I do need to make sure I'm not, splashing the cash too much, but I'm sure we'll be fine.
What are you talking about? We've got a cool 14 mil left over. We're totally fine.
Let's extract the rest of the fossils because we had a couple left over. There we are. So let's fill them up. Then we'll just add those two in. That's their first task. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
I didn't notice that the chat had a lot of opinions on who we should hire. They were calling out names, but I was too busy looking at who we should hire. It's fine.
Oh, I'm afraid not. I mean, this is
your
Adam and Tim show.
The Adam and Tim
show. Right, we have our eggs ready for incubation now. So we have 5 viable eggs. So that's quite a good go. So we can select eggs. I can quickly select all 5 if I want to.
Let's release them all.
Yeah, I can also see at this point very quickly if I've got any
traits.
Yeah, maybe negative traits. Things like this. Maybe this Triceratops is going to come out a bit weak, but I'll take them all.
We'll take
now at this point, because I've got 4 people on rest and 2 dig-in rocks, I can't meet the needs.
Of course.
So it's telling me at the bottom that I can't do it at the moment. So we'll come back in a second once they've finished their resting, which you can see all the rest tasks. Lower right-hand side, 5 rest tasks? Oh, no, 4. 4 shouldn't take too long. Oh, and then of course I press the start button. One thing I said to myself, don't press the start button.
Don't press it. Don't do it. Well, if we're waiting on our scientists, we could always speed up time a little bit.
Yep.
Get through that.
If I can remember which one it is, there we go.
There you go.
This is totally fine. So I think you said before, actually, Tim, on that. So we have the ability to pause the game.
Yes.
And you can also have it real time, 2-speed or 3-speed. So certain points in the game where perhaps you've got all your plates just about spun now, and you can take a little bit of time.
Everyone's going all right
for a second. You can speed them up. Certain events will take the time back to real time so that you don't kind of
miss them,
lost in if a calamity or something happens.
There we go.
It can
be a bunch
be
of rest and
really bad.
We're back on.
Yeah. So let's get these Triceratops.
Let's do it.
I unselected them. Science scientists, excuse me, we want to look for some incubation. So Birdo's our guy for incubation, isn't he?
I mean, we could get Janet in on this. There's a generalist.
Yeah. And then
we got space for any more?
Let's just put Eric in as well, because he's new, and all he's done so far is dig out the rocks. I want to give him something a bit more interesting.
A little bit more,
keep my staff happy.
Okay, let's do it.
That's my own role play, by the way. That's not something that actually happens in the game. That's just me enjoying
Oh my
life.
God, are you enjoying the game?
Yeah, I know. I love it.
How dare you, Adam?
I grew up on kind of park simulators and things, so
yeah,
it's very nice to be working on this with dinosaurs as well. It's always a lovely mix. Right, what else do we need to do? We could send. No, I don't want to send any more things out. Let's get up some time again.
Got a little
I tell you what, let's get
shout out for you from Osric and the other mods. They're all really happy to see you on stream. And
thank you very much, everyone. It's very nice to hear you guys are still with us. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the shout out. I found out that we worked in the same town.
Yeah.
For many years, and probably saw each other many times without even realising it until now through Frontier and stuff. Yeah,
that's so funny.
Back in Essex, it's very good, very interesting.
For those of you who are just joining us, we're currently playing Jurassic World Evolution 2 on an Xbox Series X, and we're playing some of the Jurassic Park level from Chaos Theory. So that's what we're up to right now. The rest of the stream, we've talked about different bits and pieces throughout the rest of the October month in the monthly highlights. And right now, we are doing a release for the Triceratops in a brand new enclosure.
Yes. As I said before, you have two options now. You can release through the hatchery into the enclosure that it's attached to. Or, if you want to be wild, you don't even have to attach the hatchery now to an enclosure. I suppose you could just have it out in the middle of nowhere and then airlift everything around.
Guess.
You could. I don't. Excuse me. I don't really.
I
wouldn't suggest it. Sorry, I'm having a little moment there.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's all right. You take a moment while I remind everybody at home that Jurassic World Evolution 2 is releasing on November 9th, and you'll be able to play it on PC, on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and PS4.
We're playing on Xbox Series X
today. We're playing on an Xbox Series X today. Absolutely.
Right. So what I did is I chose to airlift the 5 Triceratops into the enclosure. I'm not going to release them with the Raptors. I'm going to keep them apart. So you can see now my big transport helicopters are just dropped the first one down over there on the right-hand side, and we've got the flares for the other 4. One thing I know always, obviously, is that animals need access to water. So there's no water in this enclosure. So I'm going to paint some down just in this corner. I'm also going to set up the ranger post.
Got to have a ranger post.
So that I can assign, so you'll see here, yeah, it's just on the edge actually, so that's fine. Put that in the middle. We've got our gate. The rangers are over here. I lost them for a second. Right, let's add number 1, because we didn't give him any tasks. Assign terrain post 2. There we go. Now, we can also, some of the dinosaurs will come in with an idea of what they need. Some of them won't. Some will have empty scans. These tries do, so I can already give some.
You can see they need some ground fibre there and a bit of forest.
Yes. Oh, as if I timed that almost. Oh, come on.
It's okay. Just
really
click it away.
helpful.
Click it away. Click it away.
They're really helpful. It's paused in the background, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, still good.
There we go.
There we go.
Right. So let's open up the.
Like, don't get the tooltips. Go back to the dinosaurs.
Yeah. Let's go back to the comfort level. And edit. So we are missing some forest, and we're missing ground fibre, which is the new paleobotany brushes.
Yes.
Which herbivores feed for. So you don't have like in Jurassic World Evolution, you had the planters that you'd place down. Now it's actually about looking at some of the prehistoric plants that we've brought back to life, reimagined in our way that you can with 65 million plus year old plants.
Sure.
And you use them to feed your herbivores. So when you go to the landscaping mode through the dinosaur, you'll actually also get those little icons telling you what things the dinosaur needs. So you can very quickly at a glance see that it needs some forest here and some ground fibre. That's why those blue icons are there.
I think I've noticed something else that we might need.
Yeah.
It's a bit of power for our fences.
Oh!
Could use a little bit of power.
Look at that. My power is out. Oh boy. Oh boy. I really hope those raptors are still happy.
Oh, we've lost a lot of power. Oh, right. We need to just refuel. There we go.
Ooh.
So
well done,
shout out to Hyper.
Well done, well done, well done. You just, I could have been in real hot water there.
Could have been.
I would have just gone, oh, I'm sorry, technical difficulties.
If I was,
stream's ended.
If I was feeling more chaotic, I could have just
you would have not told me. Yeah, right, let's paint down some forest. We can see the forest need being met in real time as well. So I could just, there we go. And then we want some ground fibre. The different plants will give off different amounts of ground fibre, if that makes sense, in terms of the richness of the fibre of this plant is quite high because those 3 arrows. If I look here at the calamites, there we go. I kept saying calamities.
Calamities.
It gives lots of tall fibre, but it doesn't give as much ground fibre as the fibrous ground cover.
Yes.
So let's paint some of these down. And then we make sure they're nice and happy. There we go.
100% perfect.
Always go for the best.
Always. Only the best for our Triceratops.
So that's our group of 5 Triceratops. Very happy now. So next up, we would continue to build up species. We're looking at building a park tour and also making sure that the park tour goes through enclosures and dinosaurs are visible from it. That's what we need to do.
Well, keeping an eye on time.
Yep.
It's 4:45, so we can crack on for a bit. But
well, maybe this is a good point to actually end it, because what I would be doing, I don't want to show you the park tour. I don't want to give off too much before November 9th.
November 9th.
But what I would be doing is sending dig sites out.
Okay.
Like we did. Maybe researching different dig sites so that I can get different species in as well.
Yeah.
Building that park tour, which you will all have great fun with on some date I can't remember in the near future. And building...
I'm pretty sure, Adam, that one's November 9th.
That's it, November 9th.
That's the one, November 9th. Yeah.
And making sure that the park tour goes through the enclosures
to
make sure everyone's visible.
Brilliant. Yeah. Well, I think then, in that case, we'll stop there with going through Jurassic Park level, because naturally we want all of you to be able to enjoy playing through this as well at home. So we won't go through the entire level today, but we will go through, naturally, quite a bit of it. So I think to finish off, Adam, are there any final notes that you would have for the community watching today? Any final tips and tricks? Anything that you'd like to say to them before we head towards, in about a week and a half, on November 9th, launching Jurassic World Evolution 2?
I want to say a big thank you to everyone that has come and watched today. Thank you very much for joining and watching me, hopefully not stumble through playing it too much. It's very stressful trying to play it while you're on stream. I think I've done all right. Thank you so much for the support since Jurassic World Evolution all the way through to now. I'm really excited about you getting your hands on this next evolution in the series. I suppose the tip is, if you fancy it, go and pre-order it now. You can.
I didn't even ask him to say that. It's just says it. It's brilliant. Well, in that case, we will say thank you very much for everybody for joining today. I hope you enjoyed getting to hear a little bit more from our wonderful guests. We had Jim on the stream and we had Amy on the stream as well. And of course, the wonderful Adam Woods, who is still sitting right next to me here.
Hello.
As we have mentioned once or twice, Jurassic World Evolution 2 is going to be releasing on November 9th. You'll be able to pick it up on PC, on Xbox Series X, which is what we were playing on today, on a PS5, PS4, or an Xbox One as well. So thank you as well for all the mods who are in the chat, And a shout out to everybody who's super excited and has already pre-ordered. Thank you very much. We really, really appreciate it. And naturally, we've got to say thank you very much to Jens and a different Adam who are in the room and have been helping us run the stream and helping make sure that everything goes according to plan. And naturally, a quick shout out to Clank. So with that, we will see you all next time. And thank you very much for joining.